news analysis coming to you live on Politics and Business TV, Abacha. Many thanks for joining us. The headlines. Tax reform. The Senate asks federal and state governments to firm up agreement. Ocean crisis. Local government workers shown APC chairman's ultimatum to resume. Ramadan. Jamaat Nasrul Islam seeks unity, integrity among clerics. The Nigeria seeks European approval to import non-hazardous waste. The federal government orders these calls to publish details of meter refunds. Details shortly. Welcome back and thank you once again for joining us on today's program. My name is Idris Amina. Now the news. The organized private sector on Monday demanded a fresh review of the tax bills, particularly the proposed increase in the value-added tax, which it said would discourage investment in the economy. The Association of Capital Market Academies of Nigeria and the Nigerian Association of Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture were concerned by the planned hike in VAT from the current 7.5% to 10% in 2025, 12.5% in 2026, and 15% by 2030, as well as the proposed removal of the sections of the tax bills related to free zones. The OPS spoke on Monday during the commencement of the two-day public hearing on the tax reforms organized by the Senate Committee on Finance at the National Assembly Complex, Abacha. The proposed tax reforms included the Joint Revenue Board Bill, the Nigeria Revenue Service Establishment Bill, the Nigeria Tax Administration Bill, and the Nigeria Tax Bill. Meanwhile, local government workers in Osun State on Monday rejected the 72-hour ultimatum issued to them to resume work amid the raging supremacy tussle between the ruling People's Democratic Party and the opposition or Progressive Congress. LG chairman elected in 2022 on the APC platform again returned to council secretariat accompanied by security agent. The newly LG chairman elected on Saturday on the PDP platform stayed away from the secretariat as advised on Sunday by Governor Ademola Adeleke. The PDP and APC are currently embroiled in a tussle over the control of the LGs. The APC relies on a recent Court of Appeal judgment which reportedly nullified a High Court judgment that removed the LG chairman elected in 2022 shortly after their election. While the APC clung to the appeal court verdict, the Adeleke-led PDP government went ahead to conduct a fresh LG poll on Saturday, which PDP candidates won as the APC did not participate. The political tussle over the LG has been bloody with at least 6 lives lost. And now, as the Muslim community prepares for the holy month of Ramadan, the Jamaat Nasrul Islam has emphasized the need for unity and integrity among Islamic scholars. The President General JNI Sultan of Sokoto, Muhammad Saad Abubakar, appealed at the annual pre-Ramadan meeting on Monday in Kaduna State. The news agency of Nigeria reported that the meeting had as a theme social media and Islamic scholarship, causes of conflict among Muslim scholars. The Sultan said, "We must unite as Muslims under one umbrella." He, however, urged that Muslims must speak and work for Islam, saying that it is imperative in this part of the world. According to him, nobody has a monopoly on knowledge, adding whatever you think you know, somebody knows better than you. The Sultan said that by adhering to proper guidelines and ethics, the scholars can promote a positive and uplifting Ramadan experience for all. Earlier in his address, Professor Khalid Aliyu, the Secretary General of GNI, highlighted the importance of responsible scholarship and the need for scholars to adhere to proper guidelines and ethics. Aliyu also emphasized that Muslim scholars have a critical role to play in promoting unity and understanding within the Muslim community. This is news analysis coming to you on Politics and Business TV. We'll go on a short break, and when we're back, we'll bring you more reports. Stay with us. Welcome back. It's good to know you're still with us, and this is news analysis coming to you on Politics and Business TV, Abacha. Moving on, the European Commission on Monday received requests from Nigeria and 23 other non-members of the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development countries seeking inclusion in the list of nations eligible to import non-hazardous waste from the European Union. Non-hazardous waste, which account for 95.6% of solid waste produced in Europe, includes municipal waste such as the packaging, clothing, bottles, and plastics, as well as demolition materials like concrete, bricks, stones, and food waste. In a statement issued, the request was made in line with the new waste shipments regulation introduced as part of the EU's Green Deal and Circular Economy Action Plan. The regulation aims to establish stricter rules for the shipment of waste, including imports and exports between the EU and the non-OECD countries. One key measure is the full ban on the export of plastic waste from the EU by November 2026. Countries applying for eligibility to import non-hazardous waste must demonstrate the ability to manage these materials in an environmentally sound manner with conditions that meet or exceed those of the EU. The European Commission requires detailed information from the applicant to assess their readiness for this responsibility. And now the federal government, through the Nigerian Electricity Regulation Commission, has directed all electricity distribution companies to publish the refunds they have made to customers who purchased meters under the Meter Asset Provider Scheme. The NERC announced this in its social media handles on Monday. On Monday, the Commission held the first Nigerian supply industry stakeholders meeting in 2025. The MAP framework provides for the provision and maintenance of end-use meters as a service by third-party investors, based on which customers benefiting from such meters pay metering service charges. The NERC regulations state that where a customer elects to make upfront payments for meters under these regulations, the cost of the meter shall be refunded through energy credits by the distribution licensee. The reimbursement schedule shall be as approved by the Commission, having regard to an evaluation of the financial standing of the distribution licensee. However, consumer groups have complained that the DISCO have not been consistent in refunding their customers who obtained meters under the MAP scheme. And for the sake of transparency and to encourage customers to take part in the scheme, the regulator directed that the details of the refund be made public on their websites. Now to our today's focus, which is on the controversies surrounding the just released autobiography of the Major General Ibrahim Babangida. Nigeria bled under your watch. Abacha merely inherited the wreckage. Abacha's daughter Gumsu fires back at Babangida over the controversies surrounding the just released autobiography. Join us after a quick break for details. Gumsu Abacha, the daughter of late Nigerian military head of state, Major General Sani Abacha, has slammed former military head of state, Major General Ibrahim Babangida, over his allegation against her father in regards to the annulment of the June 12, 1993 presidential election. The NPO reported that Babangida had, at the launching of his autobiography on Thursday, put the controversies surrounding the June 12 election to rest, as he finally admitted that the late Nigerian businessman and politician Moshood Abiola won the election. However, the ex-military leader would shift blames on Abacha, whom he labeled his biggest headache in the autobiography titled A Journey in Service. Babangida claimed that the election was annulled without his authority, a plot alleged to be carried out inside forces led by Abacha. This enraged the late military chief's daughter, Gumsu, who in a statement on her X-handle on Friday, fired back at Babangida, citing several extracts where Babangida mentioned Abacha's involvement in the annulment. Gumsu accused Babangida of altering history, stressing that the facts told a very different story. Joining us to discuss this topic today is Malam Mishra Aliyu. Good afternoon, sir, and thank you for joining us. Are you with us, sir?
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right, so let's discuss the just released autobiography of Major General Ibrahim Babangida and all the controversies surrounding it, the Abacha, the Moshood Abiola's June 12 election. What can you say in all these controversies?
First thing, June 12 is gone. Okay. Because federal government has declared June 12 as public holiday, because each and every Nigerian is aware that June 12 was clearly won by MKO Abiola, because it was our vote. We voted, and we voted for him. That one is clear. The second aspect is accusation between former military officers, which is also subject to interpretation differently. But in my own opinion, IBB has the right to give his own version of the story, and others also have equal right to defend their people. But obviously, what is more important in all this thing is that he has brought a picture of how military truncated our democracy. That is just the story about the entire concept about the IBB book. He has portrayed military against the wish of Nigerian people. That is one. Second, we have to also learn a lesson. Political office holders who are holding offices at different times must also be more proactive in communicating to the subject the true matter of situation as at when it is required.
Okay. Okay, so looking at the reports that has been pervading online, Ibrahim Babangida appointed Abacha as his chief of defense when he was the head of state. Why is he coming out in his book now to say that he was his biggest headache? Because that's a claim that Gumsu Abacha is standing upon, that you elected my father, you trusted my father at that point. Why are you coming out now to say he was your biggest headache? And still, according to the reports, there's on the 74th birthday of Ibrahim Babangida, he even praises, he rained praises on the late Abacha that he was a trusted man. Why is he coming out in his memoir now that he was his biggest headache as at that point?
No, you cannot. IBB wants to say sorry to Nigerians for what has been done to them by the military. That is just the first message. The controversy surrounding yes or no, if you understand the context of military as an institution, you understand also the context of military as a phenomenon. You have to be careful, because military as an institution is an institutional arrangement where military as is discharging its military role for a state. A military as a phenomenon include politics in the military. Politics in the ministry, you cannot deviate this from what El Rufai is doing to portray exactly the situation he is facing. These are political issues which cannot be trusted in totality, because at any point in time when politics is involved, interest is involved, and when interest is involved, there is a lot of hidden hidden facts that can never be known to people except the key actors. And therefore, we as Nigerians, we have seen Johnny in Service as a book portraying the life, the military cycle, and also the political angle to which the military are trying to justify certain decision which was made for the interest of the military, not interest for Nigerians.
All right, so the only question on people's mind now is if all the privileges of the head of state will be granted to the family of late Moshood Abiola and his running mate, Babangida Kinigbe. What do you say to this?
This one is something, like I said in the beginning, June 12 has been declared Democracy Day. It is from all ramification, it is a people's mandate that was stolen. If we are restoring the dignity of the presidential family, what about those that lost their lives as a result of justifying the June 12? So it's a broad issue. It's like when you are calling the colonial masters to pay reparation. No matter what is paid, damage has been done. And if damage is done, today the real actors is telling us that the election was free and fair, and we are aware that the election was free and fair. So the issue of even according certain privileges, damage has been done. The only thing is that we should learn from this, and also to learn to do the best for the people, and also to consider that we only have a nation called Nigeria, and the better we become more patriotic, the best for all of us.
All right, thank you very much for joining us on today's program. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Amina. Thank you.
And that will be the size of our program for today. Thank you for watching. My name is Idris Amina. Bye for now.